Hey everyone, welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's Mary, and I'm here tonight on Thursday with a special edition Prison Brides. This is a new show, guys. It's a combination of 90 Day Fiance and Love After Lockup. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. It's on Lifetime, okay? And these chicks are delusional. That's all I have to say. They're delusional, and I don't know about this whole visa storyline thing. That's the only thing I'm trying to wrap my mind around. Okay, and I'm just gonna do a recap of the first episode. Um, I'm gonna let some of you guys come into the room before I fully get into it. Did you guys watch it? What did you guys think? Drop me comments and let me know. But it was only the first episode. And my main question is, how can an inmate get their girl a visa? Okay. We all know they can't get them a K1 visa. Okay. Because if you watch 90 Day Fiance, if you're a 90 Day Fiance connoisseur, like I am from episode one, season one, episode one of 90 Day Fiance, like I am, you all know to sponsor a K1 visa, you have an income requirement. And we all know these inmates do not have the income requirement to sponsor a K1 visa. So we all know that these chicks are not coming over on a K1 visa. They're probably coming over on a tourist visa. But how are they staying here? Like, so I'm going to do my research because I want to know what visa are they coming in on? How are they staying here? They got married. Like this whole visa thing is confusing me. But let's start recapping the episode. Okay? We start off with Svea and Joseph. Okay? Svea is a German midwife, and I want to say she is absolutely fucking gorgeous. Okay? And Joseph is an armed robber from Michigan. And I looked up his crime. I did my own research, guys. Okay. I looked up his crime, and I just want to read to you guys a little excerpt of an article that I found. Okay. This was back in 2012. Okay. Two men are in custody for allegedly robbing occupants of a car in a York Creek apartment parking lot Saturday and then firing a gun at the victims as they drove away. Like Joseph said, Kent County Sheriff's deputies identified Ryan Campbell, 24, and Joseph Whitaker, 19, as the assailants in the Saturday afternoon incident. Campbell is charged with the armed robbery and Whitaker with the armed robbery and the assault with the intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder, police said. Police said people were sitting in a car in a York Creek parking lot when two men approached on foot and demanded money. One of the suspects, armed with a gun in each hand, ordered the people out of the car while the other suspect rifled through it looking for items to steal. The suspects then told the people in the car to leave, but fired numerous rounds at the car as it pulled away. One round went through the rear window and narrowly missed people inside, police said. Okay, so no wonder Savea's mom is really, really concerned about her traveling all halfway across the world, okay, and meeting this dude that she's only written to. Okay. And Surveyor's mom is all like, you could write whatever you want on the internet. You could write whatever you want on paper. Okay. It's when you actually meet this dude, you never know what can happen. Okay. And you're going to be all halfway across the world and nobody could save you. You're going to be all by yourself. And I don't blame her mom for having these concerns. Okay. Because she's going to be on Joseph's turf halfway across the world. And like Surveyor's mom said, no one could save her. Oh, you're welcome, Jay. So, anyway, so Surveyor travels by herself from Frankfurt, Germany, all the way halfway across the world to Chicago. And she meets Joseph's family members, his grandma, his cousin Kent, and she starts, getting to know Joseph's environment. So to speak. She starts putting the pieces of the puzzle together because she feels like that she needs, to meet his family members, get to know his environment, see, really, what's going on. Because, of course, you could get to know somebody on paper, but you really get to know somebody when you meet their family and see where they're from and things like that. So, as she, flies out there, she sees the roller skating rink, she talks to his cousin, she talks to grandma, and then she finally meets him. The moment of truth is here. She finally meets him. Cameras are not allowed inside the prison, but she said, it was a nice visit. He grabbed her in a big, tight hug. She said she felt all the love that he was trying to give her. Oh, one more thing. She said she couldn't wait to meet him because she had to smell him. Because there's a German thing, okay, that you have to smell somebody and your smells have to be compatible. So I guess their smells were compatible because when she walked out of that prison, she had a huge smile on her face and she was really, really happy, okay? And their pictures, she was really happy and it completed the picture that she had of him, and she is more convinced now than ever that she's going to marry him. She's going to spend the rest of her life with him. Okay. But unfortunately, from what we see in the previews, once he gets out, it seems like he doesn't put her as top priority anymore. And other things in the outside world, as we see with Love After Lockup and Life After Lockup, with some of these inmates when they come out, other factors in the outside world seem to take priority than, the person's partner, and it causes problems in their relationship. Yeah, it seems like this will be a problem with Svea and Joseph. Okay, so next we have Erin and Michael. And this is where we have like this level of delusion in my book. And this is where I start to get angry. Okay. Erin is a hairstylist from down under. Okay. And she's kind of repeating the same pattern as her mom. When Erin was 7, okay, Erin was born in New York State, but when she was 7, her mom picked up and moved her to Australia. Guess why? Because her mom fell in love with a guy. And at the time, her mom didn't consider any, of her parents' feelings, just picked up Erin, moved her across the world, down under, and now her mom is starting to realize, something? It's a bitch when it's happening to you. Okay? So now Erin has been with Michael for 3 years. Michael is in prison in Ohio, and this is his second go around. Okay? His first sentence was 15 years. He was out for a year. Then he fucked up again. And now he's serving a 8.5 year term. Okay. Now he has something to live for on the outside. So he swears he's not going to fuck up. Um, Spoiler alert, stick your fingers in your ears if you don't want to hear this. But according to the article that Starcasm just printed, he's fucked up already. So, the thing that pisses me off about this chick, she has a kid, and she's leaving her kid in Australia to go start a life with this guy here. Like, what the fuck? Okay, I'm sorry. I can't believe that she is leaving her kid across the world to start a life with a guy that did I mention? She met him once. She's only met him in person once. She had one visit with him and she decided, boom, that's it. I'm going to start my whole life over. I'm going to start my career over, money, everything. I'm going to give up everything that I've established. I'm going to move across the fucking world, leave my kid with his father, and go move with some dude that obviously has an anger management problem. Okay? And it's no wonder that he's in trouble again with the law. Stick your fingers in your ears. Spoiler alert. He's in trouble with the law again. Okay? I mean, okay. So she arrives, and immediately there's a bump in their plans. He might have to go to the halfway house. So he calls her and she's, at the hotel. And yes, she's upset because she just arrived in the United States. Okay. She has no one. What is she going to do if he has to go to a halfway house for a month, for 60 days, for 90 days? Yes, she's upset. He's upset. I get it. It's a shitty situation. But man, his reaction was really shitty. He was like, if you hang up, don't bother showing up tomorrow. He was like yelling at her. It was like, give the girl a break. I understand. You're upset, Michael, but the girl just landed. How long is a flight from Australia to the US? The girl just had a long flight, and now the first thing she's hearing is you may have to go to a halfway house. You could be a little more compassionate, dude. A little bit of anger management problems. Like, what in the living fuck? That should be the first huge red flag to smack her across the face. But no. And then the next day, while she's driving out there to get him, the paperwork didn't show up in time. Typical fuck up of paperwork with prisons. And he like bites her head off again and hangs up on her. Oh, he can hang up on her, but she can't hang up the phone. Dude, anger management issues, and you're about to come out of prison. Okay, let's see how long it takes you to wind up going back in. Just saying. I'm not very hopeful for these two. Erin is delusional if she thinks that she's going to have her happily ever after with him. And yeah. Now, Emma, the British mail lady, and Curtis, the carjacker. Yeah. Okay. So Emma went from a violent relationship to a relationship with someone who is violent. Okay? I mean, this dude carjacked his own cousin. Okay? Starcasm did an article, and basically I've read the original news report from when Curtis carjacked his cousin, and I just want to read an excerpt to you guys because the way that she was sugarcoating his crime, yes, her mother was right. She was sugarcoating it, and I just want to read this to you. So this took place back in 2017, and okay, it says Curtis Bradford live streamed a video moments before he led police on a high-speed chase, but he would crash the stolen SUV he was driving just moments later. It would be one thing if I crashed it or did something to it, Nadia Simpson said, but to have my own flesh and blood do this to me, I'm just speechless. Bradford's SUV belonged to his cousin, Nadia Simpson. She said Bradford was inside her Mercury Mountaineer early Saturday morning when he carjacked her, angry that she would not take him to someone's house to do a drive-by. He put the gun up to my head and said, "Should I shoot you in your face?" After he said that, he shot the rear passenger window out. Simpson bolted from the SUV and said Bradford jumped in the front seat and sped off. Her sister-in-law, Chrissy Stone, was also in the vehicle. She did not get out fast enough. So Curtis's two female cousins were in this SUV when he decided to jump in and say, "Listen, you're going to take me to a drive-by." And his cousin said, "Hells no, I'm not taking you to a drive-by." And he pulled out a gun, put it in his cousin's face, and said, "Oh, yeah, you're not going to take me to a drive-by?" And shot out the back window. You know, the way Emma was describing the crime, it didn't sound that bad. Okay, so then her sister-in-law, Chrissy Stone, was also in the vehicle. She did not get out fast enough. "My body was going under the car," Stone said. "I'm like, at least one of us is going to make it home to our babies because I didn't think I was." Chrissy freed herself and ran to safety after Bradford stopped the SUV. So, not only did he try to carjack his cousin, he almost ran over his other cousin. What a fine dude. But ever since he met Emma, he's calm and everything. He's not the person he used to be. Emma brings out the best in him. And Emma says that she could be her 100% transparent self with him. She could be weird as fuck with him, and he says we'll just work things out. She spends 2,000 pounds, which is about $2,500 on these trips. Yeah. Okay, and now this trip is extremely special because she's going to come home a married woman. And her parents are not happy about this because one, excuse me, they're not crazy about her getting married in prison and them not being there. Okay? I mean, Curtis's mom is going to be there, but they're not going to be there. And two, they haven't even met the damn guy. Okay? And they're like, what the hell? But Emma is the type of person that if you tell her not to do something, she's going to do it even more. Just to say, nanny poo poo, I did it. Okay, so she's that type of person. She says the reason why she got into this relationship with an inmate is, since she was in this violent relationship before, she decided being in a relationship with an inmate will let her be in a relationship on her own terms. So, she decided that this was the best thing for her. And now she's in love and she's going to get married and she doesn't care what anybody says. And I say that she's fucking delusional as fuck. So that's it. And I think this was a pretty good first episode. And we shall see how the rest of it turns out. So I'll be covering. Thank you so much for watching me, guys, and I'll see you next week. And looking forward to tomorrow's Felon Friday. So thank you so much, and see you guys soon.